Here we are. Happy Wednesday, good morning. It's gloomy outside, and today you might notice that there are no baseboards on the walls behind us. So we have been doing some small projects here in the studio. Our most recent has been to update the floors, so it's the same floor, it just feels a lot cushier, softer, quieter, and warmer. And once we get the baseboards on, it will look fabulous. We are excited because we are hoping that we will be opening up soon, and with that, there are some new kind of yoga etiquette rules that we're going to have to adhere to as far as the COVID-19 recommendations and requirements. So for those of you that are in studio members, please look forward to some information that we'll hopefully be getting out to you within the next week or so to update you on what practicing in the studio is going to look like moving forward. And for those of you that are local but perhaps are not ready to come back into the studio, or maybe you just realize that our live stream options really fit well with your schedule and lifestyle, we will still be offering live stream classes, so have no fear, those are not going away. And for those of you that are not local to the Hampton Roads, Virginia Beach area, this live streams will still occur, so you will still be able to practice with us. We are planning to make the live streams a permanent part of how we operate here at Harmony Health. So we're glad that you found that option for you, and we'll continue to offer it. For this morning's practice, we are going to do an energizing morning flow because it's Wednesday and it's a little bit gloomy out. It's the middle of the week, so why not just get things going and bring that energy back up, right? So if you'd like to go ahead and come on into your most comfortable seated spot, you can take a deep breath in, close the eyes, and let's notice the breath before we try to change the breath. Just notice right now, are there any places where the breath gets stuck? Are there any places where perhaps you just feel like sighing a little bit longer, a little bit heavier? Or even, are there any places where you just breathe in a deeper breath? Just notice these things. And then after a few moments of noticing, let's begin to tap into our Ujjayi breath, our ocean breath. So as you inhale, I want for you to feel that at the back of your throat. And I want you to hear it at the bottom of your throat rather than hear it in your nose. So breathe in through a tunnel down the back of your throat, fill the lungs. And as you exhale, the mouth will stay closed, but push out the breath as if you're trying to fog up a mirror from your exhale. Breathe in through the base of the throat, filling the lungs, expanding into the belly. Breathe out with mouth closed, but try to fog up the pane of glass. Let's practice this Ujjayi breath just a few more rounds. Create a rhythm with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe deeply. Exhale completely. One more time without movement. Inhale. And exhale. Let's continue this Ujjayi breath, but simply add rolling of the shoulders. You could keep the eyes closed or allow them to open. Just still feel the pacing of your breath. Inhale to the belly. Exhale, fogging up the mirror. Then rolling shoulders up, around, and back one last time. Bring the chin forward. Begin to slide the head from side to side. And still breathe in to the belly. And breathe out. The next time your ear comes over to the left shoulder, slowly roll it further. Feel as though now you're folding your ear to the shoulder, and there's a long pull coming down the right side of your neck, through the right shoulder to the right arm. And then chuck the chin back forward, roll through the center all the way over to the right side. Drawing the right ear towards the shoulder, feel the stretch coming down the left side of your neck. Breathing into the belly, breathing out. Tuck the chin forward, roll the head back to the center, and then begin to lift the gaze up towards the ceiling. As you do, breathe in deeply and open the chest. And as you exhale, let's move into a seated cat. Round the spine, hollow the belly, roll the shoulders forward. Inhale, seated cow. Arch the spine forward, lift the heart. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. We're going to do this twice more. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And once more, rolling into the back. And rolling forward again. And then slowly just come on back to that neutral spine. Roll the shoulders once, twice, 3 times. All right, inhale, sweep the arms up, bring the palms together, lean to the left. So I like to steeple my fingers. You could keep the hands rolled up into a fist, your choice. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the right. Notice if your left seat came off the floor, press it back down. Inhale, up. This time as you go back to the left, lower the left arm and lean a little bit further. Feel everything pulling long from the hip all the way up to the fingers. Shoulder stays in place. Inhale, come up, reaching both arms high. Exhale to the right, keeping that bottom hand soft. So we don't want to push through the bottom arm, but just allow it to roll down. Inhale, coming up, we're doing this one more time. As the left hand comes down and you lean to the left, slowly draw the right shoulder forward. So there's a little bit of a rotation through the spine. And feel that that stretch comes up and around the side body. Stacking shoulders once again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to the right. And once you've leaned over, roll the left shoulder forward. And on the next inhale, stacking shoulders, come on up. And this time, let's bring both hands down, fingertips to the floor just behind you, looking towards the wall behind you. Roll those shoulders back, lift the heart up high. And then releasing the hands, bring the palms together and then flip them forward, push and rock from side to side. Just small little movements. Next time you come through the center, release the hands, sit up straight. This time bringing hands behind you, trying to connect hands with one another, extending arms out to the back of the room. And so we could be here if this feels okay. You could bring the knuckles down towards the floor if that feels better, or you could bring the hands back to the mat if that feels best. Then softly release those hands, bringing them forward, flipping the palms this time rather than round the back, lean forward as though you're folding over your lap, keeping a long spine. And then coming back in, and one more time, we're bringing hands backwards, lacing up, opposite thumb on top. You can roll the shoulders, extend the elbows, push the arms out. You could go a little bit softer, allowing the hands to fall down behind you, or you could relax more and bring fingertips to the floor. All of these options are good. Find the best one for you today. And then slowly begin to release the hands, bring them forward, flip the palms, push on out, lengthen the spine. Keep lifted in the belly so that you feel active through the core muscles. And this time on your inhale, lift those palms towards the ceiling and then stretch the fingers towards the sky. And on the exhale, bring the hands to your heart. We're gonna roll the shoulders once, twice, and 3 times. Begin to move up onto our hands, onto our feet. It's a little early for handstands, right? Yeah. So coming to the top edge of your mat, wiggling the toes up and off the floor and then softly allowing them to fall back down onto the floor. This time just rolling the shoulders once, up, down, and away from the ears. Palms face forward. Lift up through the belly, lengthen the spine. So begin to feel a lot of core energy. Begin to feel as though every fiber of your body has a job to do right here, right now. Let's come back to that Ujjayi breathing. Inhale and feel your breath moving all the way down. Exhale through a closed mouth as though you're fogging up a mirror. Let's do it twice more. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. On the inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Can lace the fingers or keep the hands fisted. Exhale, come to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. This time as you go to the left, just like we did when we were seated, bring the left arm down the leg, go a little bit further. Inhale, come up, both arms. Exhale, coming down the right. Let the right arm slide down the leg. A little bit further. And come on up. And one more time as you go down the left side, reach as far as you can, and then draw the shoulder forward. Notice if that asked you to change your feet or legs. Restack the shoulders, come on up. And let's go down to the right side and roll the left shoulder slightly forward. Maybe the gaze looks down towards your feet. Restack the shoulders. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, hands through the heart center, hinging forward. We fold, coming into Uttanasana. And once you're there, let's begin to just pedal the feet. Feel the fingertips connecting with the mat or perhaps a block or books. Once you've warmed up and pedaled out the legs, slowly allow the legs to find stillness and forward fold. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let go of any tension that you might be holding on to in your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your legs. On an inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Fingertips could tent up onto floor blocks or even crawl up the shins. Begin to pull the belly upward, inward, lengthen the spine, create that active hold of the core, and exhale, fold. Do that twice more. Inhale, halfway lift. This is our energetic side to being forward folded. Exhale, Uttanasana, our softer side. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And on this next inhale, sweep the arms out wide, rise all the way up, look to the ceiling. Back bend if that feels good. Fingertips could reach out behind you. And on your exhale, all the way down, softly fold, and then halfway lift. From this halfway lift, begin to step back with just the right foot coming into your lunge. And from your lunge, let's inhale, push the hips up and back. And exhale, lunge forward. Inhale, push the hips up and back. Feel the stretch up the back side of the front leg. Exhale, re-lunge. And one more time. Inhale, come up and back. Still working down the back leg towards the heel. And then lunging deeply into the front knee. Let's step on out, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet from side to side. Maybe swish the hips. From your downward facing dog, let's inhale, sweep the left foot up high, roll the ankle around. Perfect. Bend and extend the knee. Maybe roll the hip if that feels good. On your next inhale, re-extend the left leg high, and on the exhale, step through. Roll up to the tips of your fingers and then bring the right foot to follow, fold. Inhale, open arms, come all the way up. Back bend. And exhale, come all the way down, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Let's step out this time the left foot. Come on into your lunge. Begin to inhale, push the hips back, stretching the back lines of the legs and the back of the body. Deepen forward, and then press on back. Now, if your feet begin to slide further away from each other because your legs are getting warmer, lunge forward again. You can always crawl those feet further out, straighten the legs once more. Lunge deeply last time. And then plant into your fingers, step on out, downward dog, and once again, let's pedal the feet. And this time from pedaling, begin to lift both heels up together and bend both knees at the same time. Straighten both knees together, lower both heels. Do that twice more. Lift, bend, straighten, press. And one last time, up, in, lengthen, and lower. Here the right foot lifts up, roll the ankle, bend and extend the knee. Maybe roll the hip if that feels good for you. One more roll, and then re-extend the right leg. Exhale, steps through. Left foot follows to fold. Open the arms, inhale, come on up. Let's bring hands to the heart center. Pausing for just a moment. We're going to add on each time we move back through a sun salutation series. This time we'll add some back bending cobras. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Halfway lift, lengthen. We're going to step out the right foot, the left foot, come on into a high plank. Take a moment to adjust the hands beneath the elbows, beneath the shoulders. Engage the belly so you feel strong, lengthen the spine, and know that at any time you can bring those knees down for a modifier for added support. Take a deep breath in, exhale, press to the floor. And once you've come down, firm up the legs, press 10 toenails into the floor, hug elbows by your rib cage, and then using those low, deep back muscles, heal yourself up to cobra. And take a breath in at the top, and exhale, come down. We're going to do it twice more. This time, come on up and bring your hands off the floor. Heel into your cobra, lengthen the neck. You should still be able to move your head. We don't want to squish the neck. And come on down. And then one more time, your best cobra hands could stay down. They could lift up, whatever feels good. Squeeze thighs to the bones of your legs, and then release. Come back through a tabletop and downward facing dog. Here this time, reach the left foot up as you breathe in, and exhale, send it through. Reach up towards the ceiling as you breathe in. Pausing here, high lunge, we're going to move the arms, exhale, squeeze back. Inhale, lift up. And this time as we exhale, squeeze back, focus on the muscles beneath the shoulders and down the back. Keep those arms low and squeeze behind you, but as you inhale, lift the heart higher. And then extend the arms. One more time, squeeze, so activating back muscles. Inhale, open front muscles. And then re-extend the arms. Exhale, hands come down. Step forward, fold. Open arms, inhale, rise. Exhale, swan rise. Halfway lift, lengthen. Stepping out, left foot, right foot, high plank. Taking your option, whichever variation of a plank works best. Your knees are always there for you. Take one more deep breath in. And as you press to the floor, work as though gravity is not helping you to get there. Make that an effort. Tuck over the feet so the soles are face up, and then begin to peel away from the mat, cobra pose. Maybe this time give a little bit of effort from your arms. Just know that your back wants to be the main driving force, and lower. Do that twice more. Peel up and off the floor, and come back down. And one more time, peel up and down. Making your way through tabletop to your downward facing dog. Take up high the right foot to the sky. And exhale, step through. Adjusting the weight so both legs are doing an equal share of the work. Inhale, come on up, high lunge. Wiggle those front toes. Make sure you're not clawing the mat with your front toes. Exhale, squeeze the shoulders down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulders down. This time, lift up, bringing the heart towards the ceiling. And then reach those arms up. One more time. Exhale, squeeze. Try to stay stable through the legs. I feel myself wobbling. Maybe you do too. Come on up. Stem the arms. And then exhale down. Step forward, fold. And inhale, open arms, rise up. Bring hands to the heart. We're going to add on some Utkatasana, chair pose, so adding a little bit more engagement while we're here. Inhale, arms will reach up. Exhale, begin to sit low, and as you sit low, push back from your thighs so your seat is coming out behind you. Pull up into the belly, lengthen the spine. Arms can be up, forward, or at the heart, wherever you feel best with that today. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, hands through the heart, forward fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, lengthen. Let's step out, right foot, left foot, high plank. Option for the chaturanga flow, and we're going to go through it today nice and slow. We're going to start with a modified option. Bring those knees to the floor. Now, as you go down, exhale and come halfway until you feel like your elbows are lined up with your rib cage, and then push forward and bring those shoulders back. So at the top of your up dog, your thigh shouldn't be on the floor. Let's go ahead, bend those knees, come through tabletop, down dog. Left foot lifts. Exhale, steps. Inhale, come on up, high lunge. This time we're going to step the right foot forward, Utkatasana. Take a peek forward. You should see your toes in front of your knees. If you're not there, come up a little bit higher. Take one more breath in. Hands through the heart to the floor, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Step on out the left foot, the right foot. We're going to go through that chaturanga again. And remember, you always have the option, keep working with your cobras if those feel better. Option to modify if you'd like, or exhale, go low, halfway down until the elbows hug the ribs. Push forward. Peel the shoulders back, lift the heart up high, look to the sky, down dog. And this time, right foot lifts up. And exhale, steps. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, step, Utkatasana, chair pose. We're going to hold here for 5. We're going up in 4, 3, 2, 1, lift up, and bring those hands to the heart. And start adding some warrior ones to our sequence. We're going to step straight out into warrior 1 from chair. So inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, sit down low. Take a breath in here. Step back the right foot, check mark, so it's at a 45-degree angle. Right hip stays forward facing, lined up with the left. Left knee stays lunged. You can always step those feet in a little bit closer. You want your back heel to touch the floor. From your warrior 1, hands behind the back. Lift that heart up high. Look to the sky if that feels okay in your neck. Hands could be low and close to your bum. Hands could push out away from your back, or hands could soften and just hold your seat. On your next inhale, let's lift those arms up high. And on your exhale, step the right foot forward, Utkatasana. Take a deep breath. Step the left foot back, check mark, so 45 degrees. Square the hips to the front of the room. Shoulders are looking in the same direction. Making any adjustments, if you feel a lot of wobble, maybe walk your feet out wider left and right. That can offer a balancing, stabilizing foothold. Hands together behind the back. Lift the heart, lift the gaze, look to the sky if that feels okay. Feel that as you're breathing, you're filling up. Feel the shoulders sliding into each other down the back and the space across the collarbones. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Release those arms and step forward. Utkatasana. From your Utkatasana, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Step on out, right foot, left foot. Option for the chaturanga flow if you like that, or cobra if you don't. Come down halfway, slide up, back, and down dog. Take the left foot up high. This time as you step forward, check mark that back foot, come on up. Warrior 1 where we just left off. Hands to the back of the body. Inhale, arms reach out. We're moving to the option of a humble warrior. Exhale, fold. Yes. So while you're here, notice if your back foot peeled up, slide it back down. Try to bring the body inside of the front thigh so you're not resting on top of it. And try to let your neck and shoulders be relaxed, no tension. On your next inhale, lift on up. Release those arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands through the heart, spin the back foot, step on out, high plank. Option for your flow, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and down. Take up high, left foot to the sky. Exhale, steps through. This time let's roll up warrior two. Open those hips. So our hips are now going to be looking towards the side wall. Shoulders are looking towards the side. Gaze can still look forward over the middle finger. You're going to feel the inside of your thigh holding a little bit stronger. We're just going to take one more deep breath in. Exhale, hands down. Step out, down dog. Right foot lifts. Exhale, steps. Warrior one, come on up. Bring hands together behind the back, lift the heart, proud warrior. And then humble warrior, fold over. Feel grounded through both of the feet. Feel powerful through both of the legs. Feel engagement all the way up and through the shoulders to the hands. And feel release in the neck and the head. On your inhale, release those hands to the sky. Exhale through the heart to the floor. Step on out, high plank. Chaturanga flow if you'd like. Upward facing dog. And down. Bring up that same right leg. And exhale, steps through. Warrior two, opposite side. Look over the front fingers. Can set the drishti, that's your focal point, something that keeps you here in this pose. Keeps your mind from wandering. Continues to remind you that we got just 3, 2, 1, inhale, exhale, down. Step on out, down dog. This time when you look forward, bend the knees, jumper, step on up. Fold and inhale, rise. Hands to the heart. Pause for a moment, notice your breath. Grab some water if you'd like. So here this time we're going to add some balancing movements. We're going to add some warrior 3. So let's inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, come down, Utkatasana. Find your balance in warrior and Utkatasana first. So feel both legs. Feel the belly lift. Feel the back lengthen. So here we begin to engage the core. And then we take a deep breath in, release the right foot, step it out and tip forward, whoops, and into your warrior 3. Now you could hold on to the standing thigh. You could hold on to a wall. You could keep hands at the heart. You could bring them out in front of you. We're just going to take one more breath in. And then as you set down your choice, warrior 1, warrior 2, come back to a standing pose. So for some folks, if you prefer a warrior 1 with closed hips, you can stay there. If warrior 2, open hips feels good for you, you can come back to that place. We're going to take just a deep breath in. Then we're going to take a huge sweep forward and come back to Utkatasana. So if you're in Warrior Two, we first got to square those hips to the front, step on up, and sit low. Or take a breath. 3, 2, 1. Release the left foot, begin to topple over. Hands can stay out to the heart, to the hips, to the thigh, or to the wall. Push back through the heel of your left foot and push out through the crown of your head. Reach out through the tips of your fingers if arms are lengthened. Let's take one more breath in. Step back into your choice, Warrior One, Warrior Two. And roll those shoulders down the back. Hold the head up high. Slide out to the feet. We're going to move back into that sweeping movement. So square the hips, release the foot, Utkatasana, sit low. I'm going to do it just one more time on each side. Release that right foot and lengthen as you lean into Warrior Three. Now your right hip might want to come up. Slowly try to roll it back down so you feel level. Left side, right side. Breathe in. Step back, Warrior Two, Warrior One, your choice. Take just one breath in. When you're ready, look forward, square, step, sit, and then slowly release the left foot and launch off, Warrior Three on the other side. Now, if shoulders are feeling tired, hands can come to the heart, hip, or thigh. Keep pushing all the way out the back leg. Tight muscles hold better than loose ones. Let's take one more breath in. Warrior Two, Warrior One, your choice. Coming in, just one more breath. Looking forward, square, lift, and sit. This is it, our last chair pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up and bring hands to the heart. Shake it out, grab some water if you haven't yet. Whew. Hot. So for this last few bits of standing, we're going to be sideways on the mat, so you can take your feet out nice and long, or work with a few rounds of Prasarita, which is one of my favorite poses. I say that about them all. Arms can come out long, so you look like a 5-pointed star while you're here, or I'll move into the pose 5-pointed star. Lift those arms just a little bit, take a back bend. Breathe here. And then exhale, hinge, fold forward. Come on down and reach the hands towards the outer edges of your feet, the outer edges of your ankles, or your shins. If they reach your feet, go ahead and tuck your fingers under the outside edges so you're stepping on your fingers. And then begin to pull with your arms and tuck yourself further into the fold. Now, this may not feel good for everybody, and that's perfectly fine. You could be holding your ankles or your shins. You could even be using blocks if you want to stay up a little bit higher. But if you're holding those feet, pull forward. Feel the back sides of your legs get a whole lot longer. And then releasing, coming into a halfway lift. So leveling off your back side, or what feels level in your mind's eye. And we're going to look towards the right. We're going to stay lifted up, and we're just going to walk the fingers towards the right foot. So you might feel your left hip dips down a little bit, and that's quite all right. From here, we're going to hold the left hand to the block or floor, and you can wrap your right arm around your bum. And just notice how much your hips might have shifted, and try to keep on pushing up through the left hip so we're not hurting the hip joint on the left side. Releasing that right hand, walk back to the center, halfway lift, and then staying level through the back side as best you can. We'll walk fingers towards the left foot this time. Maybe holding just the left hand to the mat, wrapping the right arm around your back. Breathe while you're here. Notice if your right hip dipped down, try to pull it back up. And then slowly release, come on back to your prasarita. Or stay folded, but step your feet in a little bit closer together so they're still wider than the hips. From here, you're going to take your right hand and reach for your left ankle or shin. And then you're going to take your left hand and reach for your right ankle or shin. So you just created a letter X with your arms. Begin to bend down into the knees and lower your head. So you could stay on flat feet, or you could lift up onto the toes. This is our spider pose, your choice. And then if you're on your toes, bring the heels back down, uncross one arm and then the other, lengthen the legs. We'll do that one last time with the opposite crossing. So let's bring the left arm to the right ankle or calf. Bring your right arm over, and if you're like me, one side feels a whole lot tighter than the other. And then slowly begin to bend the knees and rest your forehead towards the crossed X of your arms. This one gets confusing, arms and legs everywhere. And then we can slowly begin to release. Come on up. So we're going to keep these feet just where they are. Open the arms wide and inhale. Taking a smaller 5-pointed star. And then bringing hands together to the heart and stepping feet together. Shake them out. How'd you like that, spider? Different. Let's cross the ankles. Come on down. All right, take just a moment to breathe in here. I feel like we've been standing for a very long time today. All right, so once we've come to seated, let's take the left leg out to the side. We're starting with the left, and then just adjust your seat so you've got 2 sits bones to the floor. And let's walk forward towards the space in front of you. Notice how much your bottom might have just rolled up and forward, and if it did, press it back down again. So we don't want to lift the seat while we're here. It's going to take a few breaths. And begin to walk back in. We're keeping the left leg out, and we're bringing the left arm down the leg as we sweep the right arm up and lean for the left edge. Lots of options. You can keep on reaching up and overhead. You could slowly bring the hand down towards the toes if it's going to reach. My personal favorite is to bend the left arm and connect my hands so that I can push the palms forward together, and that helps me to feel a greater stretch up my side body. So whichever works for you. Some people can connect hands to toes. That's an option as well. Now, if you're holding hands together, release so that the top arm is on top again, and then roll the right shoulder forward so that if your right hand were to come to the floor, it would be in front of your foot. It wouldn't be on top of your foot. Gaze can look down. Stacking the shoulders once again, and then inhale, we're gonna lift up, bring the left arm up high, and then bring it over to your right thigh, and look across the room. So here, sit nice and tall. Continue to push all the way down and out the left foot, so we're not getting lazy in the left leg. Keeping the arms active, but not using them as the main twisters. Feel everything spinning up your spine to the crown of the head. Breathe in. And then softly release. Relax that left leg in. Roll those shoulders around. And once you're ready, we'll switch sides. Adjusting your seat. And first, just walking forward. So walking forward gives us a moment for the right leg, especially the inside thigh, which right now might be feeling a lot of long pull, to get used to what we're going to ask it to do. Giving it a little bit of time to warm up for it. When you're ready, begin to walk back in. Or reach the right arm down the leg as you sweep the left arm up, come over to the side, and just start by reaching as far as you can. It doesn't matter how far that goes. Maybe you're reaching towards your toes. Maybe you just reach across the head, or maybe you connect those hands and push the arms together. Teamwork. Just lengthen the side body. Release the hands and then begin to draw your left shoulder forward. Maybe your left hand comes to the floor beside your foot. Gaze can look down so you're not creating extra tension in your shoulders or neck. And then inhale, restacking those shoulders. Come on up. Windmill the arms, right hand to the thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Continue to push out through the right heel. And just feel that everything rising up to the crown of the head. And then slowly coming out of that, we'll bring both feet in, roll the shoulders. And we're going to go one last time, bringing both legs out. And again, adjust your seat. So if your feet come out wide to the sides, that's perfectly great. If your feet stay a little bit more triangle towards the front of the room, that is also perfectly great. We're then going to walk forward just like we did before, and this time drift from side to side. With both legs extended, we can feel it in slightly different places. I know for me, I feel it so much more on my outer hips and up through my back when I'm doing both at the same time. And then we're going to walk back in, and this time we're going to reach arms up high, turn to look down the left leg, and then reach both feet out, both hands out towards the foot, the ankle, or the calf. So no matter how wide your legs are, we're going to reach both hands in the same direction so that the shoulders feel fairly even with one another, and the gaze can look down. And if this feels good for you, maybe your head comes to your knee. That doesn't have to happen. Let's just take one more breath in. Reach out through those fingers, come on up, turn towards the right foot and fold out. Making any settling adjustments. Just taking one more breath. Reach those fingers out. Inhale, come on up and bring hands to the heart. We're then going to pull the feet together and turn sideways on your mat or long ways on your mat. Planting those feet down, turn the palms towards the ceiling and slowly roll on down. Once you've come down, let's swish the knees from side to side. Make any adjustments to your shoulders and then begin to walk those feet in a little bit closer. We're going to slide the left ankle across the right thigh. And you can keep swishing from side to side while we're here. And we're going to do an eye of the needle. So reaching fingertips through for either the right thigh or the right shin. Now, if you had to lift up your shoulders and head to get there, try to bring them back down onto the floor. I personally, once I've clasped around my shin or thigh, I like to keep on rocking from side to side so my hips can really settle into it. And then once you've settled, begin to roll the ankles around in circles. And you'll feel that just that small movement, rolling the ankle, works all of the muscles from the calves, your shins, all the way up your legs. Rolling in both directions. And then one final variation, keeping your left leg as it is, begin to straighten your right leg and maybe reach up for your calf or for your toes. I personally like to reach up for my left leg here and hold the bar of my left shin towards my chest. And again, if you'd like, you can roll the ankle or ankles. Going in both directions. Taking one last breath in. And as you exhale, bending the right knee, placing the foot to the floor, releasing the left leg, swishing from side to side. Now let's do it all on the other side. Right ankle across the thigh. You can keep swishing from side to side. And settling into the center, reaching through for your thigh or your shin. Trying to release back down the shoulders and the head if they lifted up. You can keep rocking from side to side. And then begin to roll the ankles around. And we'll go in both directions. And when you're ready, keeping the right leg where it is, extending the left leg up, reaching for maybe your calf, ankle, or toes, or cradling your right leg. And pause here. Begin to roll the ankle or ankles. This will be our last variation. Going in both directions. And slowly bending the left knee, bringing the foot to the floor, right foot beside it. One last time, swishing the knees from side to side. Take once more a deep breath in. And then let's set up for Shavasana. Send your feet out far and wide. Let your shoulders roll into the floor and your arms can roll away from your sides. Eyes can close. Come back to that wave-like breath and change it just a little bit. This time as you inhale deeply, exhale with an open mouth. Listen to the crashing wave. Do that a few more times. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, open mouth, crashing wave. Twice more. Exhale. Once more. Then allow yourself to slip into Shavasana. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Reach out through the arms, press out through the heels of your feet, breathe in. And then roll to the right or left side. Take just a final moment here. When you're ready, press all the way up to seated. Take a deep breath in, circle, sweep the arms around, bring them back to the heart center. Thank yourself for taking this time. Know that all the good work we've done will continue to multiply and benefit you throughout the day. Honor the light, the love, the wisdom found within yourself. Honor these things within all beings everywhere. Namaste. Well, thank you all so much for joining us this morning. I do hope that you enjoyed our class. Feedback is always more than welcomed, and as I mentioned at the beginning of our class today, we are making preparations to welcome folks back into the studio here in the near future. So can't wait to see you guys face to face. Thank you all so much.